Resisting the magical taste of silky smooth Dove chocolate is difficult, but choosing which one is even harder.
Hello and welcome to YHTV. We're at the start of our 2014 year and we welcome you all. I'm Christina Suzama, your host of this program and many programs to follow this year. We welcome you. We thank you. Thank you all for your support and continuing to honor us by being present and sharing with us the things that you want to learn and the things that you would like to become more aware about. Also, I just want to tell you about our experience this past weekend. We were nominated for Magical Medical Tour for 2013 as being one of the top health and fitness podcasts of the year. So Dr. Glenn Woolman, my co-host, Segovia Smith, our wonderful behind-the-scenes tech guru, and myself, we all sauntered out to Las Vegas at the Rio Hotel this last weekend to be present for the award ceremonies. It was very, very interesting to be part of a room full of techies, all waiting to hear about the awards, and it was very exciting. It was a very different audience, as a lot of you might know. I come from the world of entertainment and film and television, and to be in this room of incredible energy and productive, optimistic, exciting energy was very, it was a lot of fun to be hooting and howling from our seats and congratulating all those who won the awards. We were all the finalists. It's a very different system. People nominate, and I don't know out of how many, but there were 4,400 nominations, I believe, and then it narrows down to 10 of the top finalists for each category. And of course, we were the finalists. We did not win the award, but that's okay. We were up against some big players out there. We were up against Disney, ESPN, NPR. I mean, it was really an honor to be mixed with all these amazing broadcasters that have quite a number of years of experience. So onward and upward for 2014. Let's see how close we can get to another award. And hopefully some of our new shows will also be in the running as well. But it is because of you that we made it this far. I mean, you, our supporters, really helped to nominate us, to bring us into the finalist panel and take us to Las Vegas. So next year we will see how we do, and I do believe that there is another award ceremony that we will also look forward to next year, which is it's the live video cast. And of course, as you all very well know, we are video. We're not just podcasts, we are video. And so there's another award ceremony. Thank goodness they all take place like a day apart. So in the same place at this point. So hopefully we will be nominated in the video cast next year as well. So thank you from the deepest parts of our heart. And we hope that you all had a wonderful beginning to your 2014 year. Those of you who might have been our supporters for quite a few years now, you all know that I do a second start, which is the Lunar New Year that's coming up at the end of this month. And Segovia Smith and our Yoga Hub team, we're ramping up for that right now. That's when we usually blast off on really solidifying what is going to happen for the rest of the year. But today I'm here to tell you about what we are going to be doing for 2014. We are, a continuing Trinity of Life, which is really, it has been the catch-all for anywhere from meditation, the different therapies, yoga therapy, Pilates, acupuncture, nutrition, parenting, elders. It has been the catch-all for many of our topics as we hone in, and as we've been honing in this IPTV, as online television. Of course, Magical Medical Tour will continue every week. And that is with my wonderful co host, Dr. Glenn Woolman, as we bring on guests and professionals in the medical side, whether it be through the scientific side, Eastern Western philosophies, etc. And of course, we will also continue with our Flowing into Awareness with Anatara, our wonderful master intuitive. That will continue. And of course, that is already a 15 to 20-minute show at this moment. So the rest that we have following will continue with that format of 15 minutes to half an hour long. So it's very easy and simple and quick for you to download the information. So Magical Medical Tour will continue, and Trinity of Life will continue, but there will be a shift with Trinity of Life, because what we're doing now is we are actually birthing from Trinity of Life several other shows. So one of the shows that we are launching this 2014 is positive psychology. And that's sort of been taken off through several interviews that we've had with Megan McDonough and Maria Sarah, who have created quite a base and quite a following for positive psychology. And we really felt that we wanted to support their cause. They are both with Whole Being Institute, which was a new organization created and branched off because of positive psychology. It's a very powerful way of life. And we felt that it was a subject matter that many of us should take heed to, and that to raise our awareness and consciousness through. So join us for that. And of course, meditation. It is and becoming such a household way of life now. It seems like everyone all around is becoming very aware of its benefits, aware of the stillness that we need when our world is moving so very, very fast. How do we become unplugged? How do we continue to move forward with such speed but keep grounded? And that is through meditation. So that's another subject that we felt that needed its own place here on YHTV. And nutrition. That we all need every day, whether we practice meditation or not, nutrition. And everything that's happening in our food industry has caused us to question what we're eating, caused us to question how we're living, how, what that is a true foundation of each one of us and our health, and how we stay well. That is such a big part of our overall wellness. And of course, YHTV, it is the new media to health and wellness. So nutrition was a huge staple, especially after we've spent quite a few sessions with Tracy Harrison, which we hope to be doing much more so with in their nutrition show. And parenting, one of my favorite topics. Parenting. Wow. To be a mother and to be immersed with children on a daily basis in the school systems here in Los Angeles and around the world, understanding how others work with their children, how the different therapies, the different wonderful topics, and it's just endless. I always say our children are our Zen masters. We learn so much through them and with them, because we as parents have to raise our consciousness level to be able to raise our children in overall wellness, balance of body, mind, spirit. So parenting is one of my favorite topics. I mean, they're all my favorite topics. That's why they're kind of branching off on their own categories. We have a few others in mind as well that might be that might come in later on in the year. Might just sneak them in somehow. But at this point, launching the 5 new shows is quite a few for us here at YHTV. It's been keeping us very busy the last few months as we've been attempting to organize and all the pre-production behind it. We will not be committing to live broadcasts for at least the beginning of this year. We might pick it up again during the year, maybe during some of our roundtable forums, our panel discussions, which we would really want for you to partake while it is going on live. So we're finding the balance. It's not very easy to coordinate more than 2 or 3 people. So it's finding the balance, and that's what we will attempt to do, and we will do in these beginning months as we sort of solidify and ramp things up. We're hoping that we can bring you very good content, quality speakers and experts, and in a shorter amount of time. So these other 5 shows, they will be anywhere from 15 minutes to 30 minutes long. So that is a good amount of time for you to do your workout or go for your walk. So for you to multitask, or when you're sitting driving in a car, you can download them and listen to them, or actually watch them online. So we're still going to be filming it, and we will film it and possibly invite you to join us when we're filming it live, but we may not post it up right away. Now, some of you ask, well, what about your comments and your questions? And if you have comments and questions for the speakers, what do we do now? Because if we're not filming it, we're pre-recording them. You can still come back to our site and enter your comments and questions into the comment section. And we promise that we will get them over to the speaker or our guest or whomever it pertains to. And another way that you are very welcome to leave us a message on our message line, our comment line, which is 818 Let's Talk. 818 Let's Talk. And as long as you state which guest it's for and whom it's for, and leave your message, we'll make sure that we will get it to them. And be sure to leave your contact information for us to reply to. We will continue to cover events, and we hope to cover more events this year. I think it's really important that when we go to the shows like the Natural Products Expo West and, possibly the Green event, etc. Part of wellness is knowing what's out there for us that we, either we consume or we use, on our bodies, on our skin. So I think that's always very important for us to keep up and abreast on what is new and up and coming out there, and for you to be able to be aware and look out for products that you might want to use for yourself and your family. So we're going to continue to cover events more so. Hopefully we will have the time, and we will ramp up sponsorship so that it will help us to get out there and share more with you this year and the coming years. So at this point, I do believe I've covered quite our main focus for this year for you and for us. And, as usual, we are just here to raise that awareness and consciousness on a global level. Hopefully some of our work will be either transcribed or translated in different languages this year. I think it's very important that it's not just in English, that it is in Spanish or some of the Asian languages, etc. Especially living here in the U.S., there's a lot of Spanish speakers. It would be really lovely to do that, and hopefully we can bring that and attach that in some way as well for you to enjoy. And, our growth is really dependent on you. We would so appreciate that when you do listen to our podcast, when you do watch our YouTube, if you could, like the page, make a comment on the page, rate the page for us so that we continue to develop more and more of an audience. We would so appreciate that. And, nominations for the award ceremonies will again be in October, November of this year. And, we don't want to bombard you during those times. But we hope that you will continue to support us, because our rankings are very important for us to keep this going, and to bring more eyes and ears on our efforts and our work of giving back to community, giving back to you, and evolving around you and your needs to find balance in this world, as we explore the healing arts, meditations, and the many therapies and modalities of helping us find balance in our journeys. So keep tuning in, keep joining us. And of course, I have to thank you, our wonderful co-host, Dr. Glenn Woolman, for all his gracious work for the last 2 years with us, and Segovia Smith and our team for making all of this possible. And hopefully this platform of education and information will continue to grow and expand and internationally. So we still invite you to join us live on Tuesdays for Magical Medical Tour, Wednesdays for Trinity of Life, and for the other 5 shows, stay tuned, because we'll let you know which days that they will be on and available to you. And until then, give us a call for any feedback and suggestions, any speaker or guest that you would like us to attempt to get hold of and bring on our shows. And until then, give us a call at 818-LETS-TALK, 818-LETS-TALK. And before I leave, I would love to share with you a moment that I had. I was interviewed by Zulu Tech, is that correct, Segovia? Tech Zulu, at the NMX Expo this last weekend, which is New Media Expo. And they are the live streamers for the expo. And a lovely, lovely woman, Amanda and Efren, that's the team that it makes up Tech Zulu, was gracious enough to interview me and speak to me. And I was able to share some very easy breath work or suggestions for everyone out there, especially you techies out there that might be watching and tuned in. So here it is. And again, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for your continued support. And we look forward to hearing from you, and look forward to all your feedback this coming year and your support. Much love and blessings, and much laughter and fun in your life. Keep it up. Namaste.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Tech Zulu Live from New Media Expo. I'm your host, Amanda Kulong, and I am now joined with Christina Suzama from YogaHub.tv.
Hello, Amanda.
How are you?
Great, thank you. I'm so excited to be here with you. Thank you so much.
Well, it's a pleasure. I mean, I love what you're doing, obviously, and, well, obviously to me anyway. There's more to come from that. But why don't we tell everyone that can't be here at NMX about Yoga Hub? Let's start there.
Okay, sounds good. Well, YogaHub.com, it's the word yoga. It kind of scares people, especially in the tech world. It's like, I don't do yoga. I'm not interested in yoga. But really, we're based more in the Eastern philosophy of what yoga stands for,
right?
Which is health and wellness all around. It's about creating balance in life. And our motto at Yoga Hub is creating awareness and consciousness on a global scale through information and education. And so
music to my ears.
It's just everyone, right? Including the techies out there. We all need that balance, especially at how fast the pace of life is moving. What we're doing with technology, all the podcasting, the blogging, the video.
The noise.
The noise.
Lots and lots of noise.
We talk about now getting unplugged, don't we?
Yeah, and going off the grid. There's an entire group of people, and they're signing off from accounts. And one huge example that I can think of right now is Jolie Odell. Jolie Odell is a wonderful technology reporter based up in the Bay Area, and she had a huge online presence, and then just one day went and pulled the plug. She's still working and doing amazing journalism, but she pulled that cord because she didn't want to be that accessible anymore.
Right.
She wanted to have her inner world and her inner life, and to not have it be so public anymore.
Yes.
And I really respected her for that.
Absolutely. I think that, I mean, part of it is because of what we're promoting.
Mm-hmm.
There's a time in our lives where we need that.
Yeah.
We just need to unplug. We just need to disconnect from everything. And it's not about being offensive or anything to anybody, but it's finding that space for ourselves.
Right.
And we really, at Yoga Hub, which now we've sort of branded ourselves as YHTV.
Yeah.
So the yoga word's kind of taken out of there a little bit, and it's YHTV. And it's just really exciting to be my intent is that we become the source for health and wellness, the new media for health
getting back
and
to
wellness.
source.
Yes. Very good. Ooh, I like you, girl. That's good. I like that.
There you go. It just kind of happens with us.
Yeah, women, But it's just, I mean, for me, it's so exciting to be here at this show. I mean, to get to know other women.
Yeah. There are a lot of great women here. Actually, there's a good balance of men and women at New Media
amazing.
Expo.
It's amazing. I mean, I think the first New Media Expo I went to was 2 or 3 years ago. And at that time, it still wasn't that many women involved, right? And for me, I'm really, I mean, I'm so new to this, and it's always the tip of the iceberg. I'm not immersed in it. I'm more the production admin side of the production. But the technology is so fascinating. And I mean, what you and Efren and your team brings to the world out there globally, right? To show them what's going on at these shows. It's fascinating, and it's fantastic work that you're doing as well.
Thank you. Yeah, I think to your point, it's a balance because there is so much happening, and it's happening at such a fast pace, and it doesn't stop. Technology doesn't know how to stop. It just keeps progressing, and the rate at which it does goes like this. And it's very easy to get caught up in that. And we have to take time to pause. And there are even, not only are people going off the grid, but there are even events like digital detox events where people are being forced to shut their phones off, leave them behind, close the laptop, shut off the email, everything, shut the noise off so that they can go into their inner world. And these are technologists that are doing this, and other people too.
Fabulous.
And realizing how addictive that need to have access to information can be for people, and then that instant gratification, and to see the progression people go through when they have that digital detox, so to speak, and how refreshed they are when they come out of it. So there does need to be a balance while we are able to lift ourselves up and innovate through technology. We can't forget the old ways, so to speak. They exist for a reason.
Correct. Oh, well, it's also within us and it's around us. I mean, because we deal with health and wellness and we do deal with metaphysics as well, all this is really electromagnetic energy.
Yeah.
And it's just, it can really, really start to affect the cellular process in our bodies, if you really want to go technical and scientific on that, right? That to go unplugged, it's not just about being slowed down in that way, but to actually cleanse our bodies and of that energy.
Yeah.
And like, just jump in the water, go to a hot spring and just refresh and rejuvenize
and
the body.
And feel the minerals. That's the best part.
Exactly. That reconnection, as you say, to all the sources, to all the primary sources. And through that, also finding the balance.
Right.
Because we can have both in our worlds, can't we? Look at you. You've done both, and it's brilliant. And I mean, for me, you're such an inspiration to us women out here who are struggling to continue to learn the technology. Yeah. And that's what part of the excitement about being here, being with you.
Thank you. Another example for some reason that keeps coming to mind is we talk about this notion of connection, and we think that connection only can exist with these digital tools that we have. And those connections have been wonderful for the audience here at NMX. It's not to say that those aren't bad, that those are bad or anything, but we also have to remember the connection that we have like this, and even the connection that we have here and here. And when was the last time most people took their shoes off and walked in the grass? When was the last time someone took their shoes off and walked on the dirt?
Yes.
I mean, I live in LA, okay, a lot of people walk in the sand. It's a little bit different, but there are a lot of people, when you ask them, when was the last time you walked around barefoot outside? It shocks me. Actually, it doesn't shock me. to hear that most people can't even remember.
Yes.
They can't even remember. And that's sad because that is a connection too.
Yes, absolutely. Hey, maybe we should add that to the next show.
I think there's a show in the
Right?
making here. What do you think?
Or just a separate workshop in the mornings where we can do that. We can do that and reconnect everyone.
How would you propose, especially with the content you've been doing already, how can someone in the morning, let's say those first 15 minutes when they wake up, how can they find that balance before they pick up the phone, before they pick up their laptop? How can they find that inner balance first? What tips would you give them?
Oh my gosh, so simple, so simple.
Okay.
I love it when people go, I don't do yoga, I can't do yoga because I can't contort. And I don't blame you, I can't either, okay? But honestly, the simplest thing for any of us to do in the morning, there's a pose in yoga that's called the corpse pose.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and everyone who tells me that they can't,
I know, corpse pose.
I know.
I wish they had named it something else.
But it's kind of cool because most people can relate to that. Yeah. Oh my God, corpse pose? What's that? Well, it's exactly what you're doing when you're in bed when you first wake up. Mm-hmm. Instead of rolling out of bed, what you do is you stay in bed. You stay in bed. You're awake. And instead of jumping out of bed, you slowly wake your body up. So you lie on your back, roll on your back, take some nice, wonderful, wonderful deep breaths into your stomach area, into your diaphragm. Feel it.
Yeah.
Don't rush it. Feel it. Just do the simple counts of a breath in at a 4 count and then release at a 4 count. And your eyes are closed. You're relaxed, right? Mm-hmm. And then your hands and feet, your palms are up and you're in bed still. You're not jumping anywhere.
This sounds good to me so far.
Right? And easy, simple. Okay, you tech guys out there. And just slowly wake up your body by just moving your fingers and moving your toes and just feeling it, sensing it, just scanning your body and kind of going, oh, my neck is a little tight. So just kind of move your shoulders. Mm-hmm. Oh, my lower back is a little tight. Let's just wiggle our hips a little bit, just simple moves like that. Yeah. And then once you start to move parts of your body and roll your head from side to side, just keeping focus on feeling that. Mm-hmm. Feeling the sensations is exactly what you're saying about feeling your feet on that ground. Yeah. You can do this every morning before you jump out of bed.
And before you look at that phone.
Oh, yes. Don't touch any technology. And you can. And if you have to, just do it. Yeah. Do it. Honor that. Put it aside. Come back to your space. Mm-hmm. Create your space. It is yours. It belongs to you. Mm-hmm. And as everything begins to wake up, take another 3 breaths or so and just roll yourself either to the side and breathe a little bit longer, like maybe 3 more breaths, and then push yourself up. That way you don't twist your neck, you don't twist your back out.
So we're not like this, jumping out of bed. You're just pushing yourself up and embracing the day.
That's it. And just say, I'm going to have a fantastic, great day, and it's going to be brilliant. That's your first start.
I love it.
Simple, easy.
And that is the way that you connect to self. Yeah. And that is the way you connect to source before you connect your computer, your phone, anything else.
Yes. I mean, like some of you, my iPhone is my alarm that wakes me up in the morning. Great. It wakes me up. I turn it off.
Perfect.
I take my breaths.
So you can actually reconnect by disconnecting your digital device.
Yes. Just for the moment. Start off with 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and trust me, it'll increase. It'll increase.
YHTV.
YHTV.
Make sure you check out YHTV.
So you go to yogahub.com and you click on the TV channel and it links you right there. We've started 5 new shows this year. Great. One of our shows, Magical Medical Tour, which is based all on medicine and interviewing experts. That was nominated at the Podcast Awards. Mm-hmm. Trinity of Life is now going to be about elders, wisdom keepers, indigenous cultures. We have another one that is positive psychology, which we all need that and all different forms of that. We'll have a parenting. We have a parenting, and these are TV video, and it turns right into podcasts. So we live in both worlds, as meditation and nutrition. So we have 7 shows that you can log into.
Yoga Hub YHTV.com.
There you go.
Christina, my lovely co-host here for this
What do you mean
particular.
co-host?
You're my co-host right now. She's going to be my co-host. Yeah, I'm just stealing her. She's going to be my co-host. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And I would love to continue this at a later date and see what we'll come up with.
Thank you. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Efren and your team. You guys are great. Just good-looking bunch of people that does fantastic work all this time.
People, everyone, and all of you are as well. So thank you so much, and we will be back here shortly, here live from New Media Expo. I'm your host, Amanda Goulon.
Thank you, everyone. Have a fantastic year.
YHTV's Trinity of Life. Come join me, Christina Suzama, as I journey to find the many modalities that support individuals, from children to adults to elders, with topics ranging from health and wellness, meditation, and inspirational stories. I invite you to visit yogahub.tv every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern.
Sometimes if you hand someone a Kleenex, it kind of means stop. You know, it kind of means, okay, dry your eyes. Okay, we can have enough of that. Now talk about it, right? It can have that response if perhaps a parental element ever did that to you.
Yes.
You know, here's a Kleenex, dry your eyes, don't show anyone. And so we want to make sure in our container, in our Rogerian container of you know what's best, we want to make sure we don't change the experience. And the experience of crying is the experience of crying. We don't want to shift that.